They blue. You know, I be walking around making videos right with my phone. And it's funny, like when dudes be on the corner and shit, they be worried about me filming them. What the fuck they worried about me for? You know, everywhere you go in the hood, there's a camera. See? The camera's right there. There's no camera right there. But there's cameras right there. Everywhere you go, there's a fucking camera there. So why you worried about what I'm filming? You know, that's niggas for you. Niggas is always worried about some bullshit. They always worried about what he said and she said and what they heard. Why don't they pick up a fucking book and read for themselves? Or go to the person and ask them. That's what the neighborhood is predicated on. Rumors about what he said and she said. And misinterpretations and misinformation and paraphrasing. It's all predicated on bullshit. Like that post I showed you the other day about 9/11 and all that other shit. You know, that's what's wrong with like the Hebrew Israelites and preachers and shit. Especially like the Bible. The Bible is written in parables, metaphors, symbols, and similes. And there's too much room for interpretation. The Bible talk about a serpent that can talk, or a dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns. And it said a tree had knowledge. What the fuck a tree know? A tree don't know shit. How the fuck can a serpent talk? And people are like, nah, it didn't mean this. A serpent means that it was a devil. Well, that's what it means to you. But to me, it might mean a snake. Or a tree with knowledge. How does a fucking tree... So that probably means, so that somebody would say, nah, that mean a family tree. Yeah, it could mean a family tree. But so fucking what? There's too much room for interpretation. And like I tell people, it says the authorized King James Version. That's his version. And once you add an eyedrop of anything, once you add a drop of anything to something that's pure, it's not pure anymore. And like I always tell people, there's no law to who can write a Bible. Anybody can write a Bible. I got my books in my hand. I wrote a book, and I could call it a Bible. There's no law against that. People fail to realize that in America, you have freedom of speech. And that's why you got the authorized King James Version. You got the Good News Version. You got about 20 different versions of the Bible. Fucking Judge Rutherford started the Seventh-day Adventist. He was a judge, and that's how the Seventh-day Adventist got started.
Like those shoes.
Thanks, brother, man. Like yours. And he got started around the 1930s, around the same time Elijah Muhammad started the Nation of Islam. But anybody can write a Bible. There's no law as to who can write a Bible. My friends wrote a book and called it the Slang Bible. So now, what about that? But back to the Bible, like, you know, whoever wrote it didn't realize the year 2000, because remember the world was supposed to come to an end at the year 2000. That's what Bible thumpers were saying. And everybody was scared about the world coming to an end. And, you know, and that's another thing that people, is the world is predicated on fear. And fear and propaganda is conveyed through the media. It's always about what's going to happen tomorrow. But nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow, so that's how they pimp your fear. You know, the world is supposed to come to an end tomorrow. Jesus is going to come back tomorrow. And all that other shit. You know, like, the computer's going to crash. A blizzard is coming. A hurricane is coming. Locusts are coming. Killer bees are coming. Everything is predicated on your fear. But like I always tell people, you only gonna live once. You're only gonna live once. And once you're dead, you don't know that you're dead. So once whoever wrote the Bible realized that it was gonna come to pass, the government had to implement new fear. They had to instill fear in the people. So they had to have something else, like the computer's gonna crash, or Armageddon and nuclear wars and shit like that. And that's why you got cameras all over the place now, because at one time You know, a Bible gave you conscience, and you would think about bad shit. You would think about doing bad shit like somebody was gonna watch you. Like people always think somebody watching you. Like God is always seeing. That means God is a peeping Tom. So God is watching me when I'm screwing my wife. He's peeping through the peephole. And what kind of God will throw you into the lake of fire? That's child abuse. Why you gonna give birth to me and then throw me in a lake of fire because I'm being hard-headed? What type of shit is that? But like I said, everybody needs fear. So now there's cameras everywhere to always watch you. And that's why the government need paper trails. You know, paper trails, and I mean like credit cards. That's why they want you to use your credit card to buy everything and register online. Even this iPhone. If I did some bad shit right now, they would trace my number, find my iPhone, and find me. And my iPhone is linked to credit cards and everything. So that's how you have it now. You know, because people don't read the Bible and shit. The Bible. All right, y'all.